friends, welcome back to Stories and Crafts. This week we're going to be talking about Cinco de Mayo. So we're going to read 3 books about that, and then I'll show you your 2 craft options. So our first book is another nonfiction book which shows you a bunch of facts about Cinco de Mayo. So I don't really know much about this holiday, so I'm excited to learn. This is a table of contents which tells you what the topics are and what pages they're on. So if I wanted to know who celebrates Cinco de Mayo, I would go to page 8. Cinco de Mayo is here. The mariachi band plays a folk song. Dancers spin in colorful dresses. People fill plates with food. Cinco de Mayo is here. What is Cinco de Mayo? Cinco de Mayo honors the Battle of Puebla. The Mexican army won this battle against the French. The holiday also celebrates Mexican heritage. Who celebrates Cinco de Mayo? People honor this day in Puebla, Mexico. Other parts of Mexico also throw celebrations. Canada and the United States celebrate too. In 1862, France attacked Puebla, Mexico. Mexico had about 4,500 soldiers to fight the battle. France had about 6,000. The Mexican army forced the French out. The wind became a symbol of independence. It gave hope to the people of Mexico. The holiday falls on May 5th every year. The Battle of Puebla took place on this date. Cinco de Mayo is Spanish for 5th of May. Many people have parties. They decorate the red, white, and green with red, white, and green. These are the colors of the Mexican flag, so it's just like 4th of July for us. Some people reenact the battle. People watch lively parades. Floats are covered with bright paper flowers. Violins and trumpets play traditional music. And here they show you how to make a paper flower. Families serve Mexican dishes. Mole poblano with chicken is a favorite meal. People also eat chalupas with salsa and meat. They enjoy fiestas on Cinco de Mayo. That looks like a good feast. And our next book is also an informational book about Cinco de Mayo, and it tells you a little bit about what it means and kind of how it started. Wave the Mexican flag, dance and sing, join the parade to celebrate Mexico's freedom and the freedom of all Americans. Cinco de Mayo means the 5th of May. Cinco de Mayo is a Mexican holiday that falls on that day. It is quickly becoming an American holiday too. Mexico is a country just south of the United States. Each year on May 5th, Mexicans remember the men and women who fought in the Battle of Puebla in Mexico in 1862. They honor the soldiers who kept the French from taking control of their country. The holiday celebrates freedom and liberty. In the United States, Mexican Americans celebrate the holiday in a different way. They go to parties, hold parades, and put on plays that show pride in their Mexican heritage. They proudly carry the Mexican flag and perform Mexican songs and dances throughout the day. The first people of Mexico. Thousands of years ago, many different groups of people lived in the country now called Mexico. 3 of the largest groups were the Maya, the Aztec, and the Tolteca. They lived in large cities that contained buildings called pyramids. Over time, these groups came to be known as Indians. The Aztec were the most famous of these Indian groups. They wandered for hundreds of years before they settled down and built cities. A legend says that Aztec god told the people where to build. He said they should look for an eagle eating a snake on top of a cactus. Once they found the eagle, they were to build a city. When the Aztec found an eagle on an island in a lake, they built the Tenochtitlan. It means place of the noble cactus. I'm not sure exactly how to say that. After many years, it became a very important center for trade and religion. At one time, it was one of the largest cities in the ancient world. Today, this place is called Mexico City. Living under Spanish rule. During the 1500s, soldiers from Spain came to Mexico to look for riches. They took control of the land and made the Indians slaves. The Spaniards ruled for 300 years. They treated the Indians badly. Many Spaniards married Indian women. Over time, the Spanish rulers in Mexico borrowed a lot of money from other countries. One of the countries was France. The Mexican government could not pay back the money it borrowed. Therefore, the French government sent an army to take control of Mexico. The Battle of Puebla. On the morning of May 5, 1862, the French army stopped near the small town of Puebla. The army was on its way to Mexico City. The people of Puebla did not want the French in their country. They attacked them and drove them back. Within a few hours, the French army left. However, it returned a year later. This time, the French took control of Mexico City and set up a new leader. For the next 5 years, the Mexican people tried to get rid of the French. Mexican leader Benito Juarez led the fight against them. A holiday of freedom. In 1867, the French left Mexico for good. Benito Juarez became president of Mexico and made May 5th a national holiday. Now, every year on May 5th, people of Mexican descent remember the brave men and women of Puebla. They fought the first battle against the French and won their freedom. Mexicans are proud of how brave their ancestors were in battle. To honor them, leaders give speeches about bravery. People hold street fairs and parades. There is music, dancing, and every favorite Mexican food you can eat. Favorite Mexican foods. Mexicans are known for their special meals. Their dishes are a mix of food from Mexico and southwestern parts of the United States. Some of the most popular foods are tamales, enchiladas, tortillas, tacos, burritos, frijoles, and churros. I like all of those things. Many Mexican meals include tortillas and frijoles. A tortilla is a thin, flat bread made from wheat flour or corn dough. Frijoles are beans. Enchiladas are rolled up tortillas filled with beans and chopped meat, chicken, or cheese. The enchilada may have come from a Mayan dish that rich people ate on special occasions. The enchiladas are topped with sauce and cheese. Today, most of the sauces are called salsas and are made from tomatoes and spices such as garlic and chili peppers. Tacos are corn or flour tortillas folded over a meat or cheese filling. Burritos are large flour tortillas wrapped around a meat, cheese, and bean filling. Tamales are made of cornmeal dough mixed with chopped pork or chicken. They are put in wet corn husks and are steamed. For dessert, many people eat churros, which are long pieces of fried dough covered in sugar and cinnamon. Very good. The Mexican hat dance. The Mexican hat dance is called Jarabe Tapatio. It is the main dance in Mexico. Dancers wear special costumes when they perform the dance. Men wear an outfit called a charro. This outfit includes a short jacket, tight pants, and boots. The dance begins when a man tosses his hat or sombrero on the floor in front of a woman. If she likes the man, she will dance on the wide brim of the hat. Sometimes the owner of the hat will take quick hopping steps around his own hat. Celebrating in the United States. In the United States, Chicanos celebrate Cinco de Mayo in a way different from the people of Mexico. In Mexico, people celebrate freedom on this day. They honor those who fought against an army twice their size and won. In the United States, Chicanos celebrate their heritage. They do things to show pride in their Mexican culture. Cinco de Mayo is a popular holiday in the states of Texas and Arizona. A great number of people of Mexican descent live there. Many Chicano families begin their celebration of Cinco de Mayo by going to church. Then they prepare special meals. Usually people dress in red, white, and green clothing, which are the colors of the Mexican flag. They have parties with Mexican songs and dances. At neighborhood stores, people can buy Mexican food, music, clothing, books, and toys. At schools, children can go to special events to honor their culture. Things you might see on Cinco de Mayo. 3 large stripes make up the Mexican flag. The green stripe stands for freedom from Spanish rule. The white stands for freedom of religion. The red stands for unity or teamwork. In the center of the flag is an eagle with a snake in its mouth. This picture is the Mexican coat of arms. It is based on a legend that says the Aztecs built the city on the spot where they saw an eagle eating a snake on top of a cactus. Today, this is called Mexico City. And here they talk about, you might see some sombreros, serapes, which is a cape, and a mariachi band. And you might see a pinata, which has to do with our craft. Finally, it says what you can do on Cinco de Mayo. Over the years, Cinco de Mayo has become a holiday filled with song, dance, and tasty foods. On this day, however, it is also important to honor the men and women who gave their lives so that others could be free. Cinco de Mayo celebrates liberty and freedom, which are important to everyone. Here are some things you can do on the 5th of May. Celebrate your freedom by helping others. Go out of your way, to help someone solve a problem. Show a family member or friend how to settle differences without fighting. Make your own book about Cinco de Mayo. Plan a Cinco de Mayo party at your home or school. And finally, we have a book called Cinco de Mayo. On the 5th of May, Mouse woke up and wriggled his whiskers. Spicy smells tickled his nose. Beany, cheesy, ricey smells. A Mexican fiesta. Fantastico. Mouse crawled out of his hidey hole. Where was the fiesta? Not in the bathroom where the kids brushed our teeth. Not in the bedroom where Mom folded laundry. Not in the kitchen where Dad washed dishes. Mouse slipped out of the front door and set off to explore. Mouse scampered down alleyways, past sidewalks and streetlights. He didn't see greedy Cat stalk him down the street. Before long, Mouse stopped at the edge of the city park. What sights met his eyes? All around were people eating, singing, dancing, strolling, playing. All around were food and drink, sombreros, serapes, and bright paper flowers. Cinco de Mayo. His eyes grew round as he beheld a confetti-covered pinata stuffed with candy and shaped like a burro hanging in a tree above the plaza. I must have that for my fiesta, he said to himself. He jumped, but the enticing pinata swung far out of reach. But all around were people eating, dropping snacks for mouse-sized meals, yummy foods he'd never tasted before, tacos, tamales, chorizos, and flan. When Mouse was full, he dozed under the shade of a canopy. Cat crouched in the flower bed, tail up and head down, waiting for his chance. But all around came dancers stamping, heels stomping, toes tapping. Mouse woke up and dashed away from Cat, ducking between dancers, pounding feet, zigging and zagging, jigging and jagging. Cat pounced, but missed his prey as Mouse started beneath the stage. Mouse heard the mariachis play, heard the guitarron, the trumpets, the sweet-voiced violins, heard the boom of fireworks and people shouting, "Viva Mexico!" When at last Mouse's heartbeat steadied, his whiskers quivered. Once again he smelled the candy hidden deep in the pinata, but how to reach the sweets buried in the burro, swaying high above the plaza. Lickety-split, Mouse scrambled up the tree. He inched across the rope like a tightrope walker, one paw in front and one paw behind. He didn't see Cat hiding in the daffodils, his stripy tail switching, his greeny eyes narrowed. The pinata swayed as Mouse climbed up. He smelled the treats, fruity, sugary, and honey-sweet. He nibbled, he gnawed, but he could not reach the treasure inside. Just then, the swish of the stick as a child swung and someone jerked the pinata aloft. This looks just like the craft we're going to make today. Mouse held on tight as the pinata swayed and sailed, dipped and spun. A carnival ride for Mouse. In the plaza down below, Cat waited for Mouse to fall into his paws like a ripe plum. And then whoop! A mighty blow and the burro burst. Mouse flew through the air like a skyrocket and landed in the rose bushes, head spinning and tummy churning. Candy spilled across the plaza, showering like hailstones. Children ran to and fro, laughing, yelling, and scooping up handfuls, pocketfuls, bagfuls. Someone stepped on Cat's tail and Cat yowled and sped home, his tail bruised and sore. When Mouse caught his breath, he sat up. The candy was gone. The people were leaving. The cleaners were sweeping and picking up trash. No dessert for me, Mouse thought, his whiskers drooping. But wait, hidden in the ivy, Mouse spied one lemon drop, overlooked, forgotten, and wrapped in shiny cellophane. He picked it up and ran home to his hidey hole for the one last treat. Cinco de Mayo, que felicidad. For your crafts this week, you have two options. First, you have your curbside option, which is a paper bag pinata. So in your kit, you'll get a paper bag, some string, and some tissue paper. So what I did was I took a long strip of tissue paper, and if you have lots of tissue paper in your bag, you can probably fold up some of the same color to make it a little bit thicker. But some of them I didn't have enough, so I just used one piece and it was a little bit thinner, but either way is fine. So I wrapped it around, first I laid out a whole strip that I think would fit all the way around, so I kind of measured it to make sure it was long enough. And then I cut little slits in it like this, and then I wrapped it all around and I put glue on the bag, and then I wrapped the tissue paper around so that it would fit along the whole bag this way. And then I did the same thing with the other colors. And so you might have 3 colors or 4 colors in your bag. You can make a pattern if you have enough, or it doesn't really matter how you want to do it. And then if you have some candy at home or something, you can always ask a grown-up if you're allowed to fill this up with some candy, and you can make it a real piñata, or just make it a decoration, and you can either you put the candy in or you don't, and then you staple it once you're finished. And then if you have a hole punch at your house, punch 2 holes in it and tie the string on both sides and make like a loop here so that you can hang it up for decoration. If you don't have a hole punch, you could always try just gluing the string on there. You'll just have to be kind of careful that you don't pull too hard when you hold the string. And then your printable option, this looks just like the piñata from the book. So you'll get a piñata, a picture of piñata, and then some lines, or some rectangles. So what I did was I colored the piñata whatever colors I wanted to. I did it like this. I just made a pattern of blue and purple. I colored the whole thing on the paper, and then I colored the same pattern on here. Now it kind of lines up here like this, so this would be the very top ruffly part. This is the next one, this is the next one, this, and it kind of goes down in his little feet. Or not his feet, I actually didn't make any for the feet because there's no ruffles there, but I made for the part above his feet. And so I kind of did the same thing that I did with the tissue paper for the curbside craft. I just cut up the little slits like this to make it more ruffly. And so it's not going to fit exactly on your piñata, like because it's hard to kind of make that shape because it's just a rectangle. So if you want to make your own, you can always use your just a blank piece of paper and draw your own shapes there so it fits exactly. But I just kind of did my best with the rectangles that I had. And so you might have to trim the rectangles to fit on there. And then once you've got the ruffles, you just glue it on each of the sections, and then it looks like a real ruffly piñata. So those are your crafts for the week, and I hope you enjoyed the stories about Cinco de Mayo, and we'll see you next time.